The wind moved through the trees like someone whispering secrets. The moon was full, yet the village of Umedike felt dark, like something was watching from the shadows. Inside a small hut close to the evil forest, an old man was breathing heavily. His name was Papa Dyke, the chief priest of the village shrine, and beside him knelt his only son, Chima, a young boy of about 18 years. Chima's eyes were full of fear, because he knew why his father called him at midnight. Papa Dyke held Chima's wrist tightly and said in a weak voice, "My son, the time has come. I am not strong again. The shrine must not be left alone. Our gods must not be abandoned." Chima's heart began to beat fast. He knew the shrine was not an ordinary place. Many people feared it. Some said strange voices spoke there at night. Some said if you entered wrongly, you would not come out the same. Papa Dyke coughed and continued, Tomorrow I will hand the shrine to you. From today, you are the next priest." Chima's body became cold. He wanted to speak, but fear locked his mouth. He loved his father, but he did not love the shrine. That night, Chima could not sleep. He kept hearing stories in his head, stories of young men who served the shrine and later became lonely, angry, and strange. At dawn, the village elders gathered. They brought palm wine, kola nuts, and a red cloth. They stood before the shrine, chanting. Papa Dyke raised his shaking hands and placed the carved staff into Chima's hands. The elders shouted, "It is done." Chima forced a smile, but inside him, his spirit was crying. From that day, Chima's life changed. He was no longer free. He could not eat certain foods. He could not greet people anyhow. He could not go to some places. Every night, he must light the shrine fire and pour oil on the ancient stones. Sometimes, while he sat alone, he would hear strange sounds behind him. One night, he heard footsteps. He turned quickly. Nobody was there, but the fire in the shrine suddenly became bigger, like someone blew it with invisible breath. Chima ran out, sweating. His heart told him something was wrong, but he did not know how to escape. Weeks passed. One afternoon, Chima went to the stream to fetch water. There he met Ada, a young village girl with a soft smile and kind eyes. Ada greeted him gently. Chima,
how are you?
How are you?
Fine.
You are
Chima
not
smiled
fine.
small.
Your eyes are
I am
red.
fine.
You are
But
not
Ada
fine.
looked into
Your
his eyes
are
and said quietly, "You are not fine. Your eyes are heavy." Chima was surprised. Nobody had spoken to him like that in a long time. They talked for a while, and for the first time in many weeks. Chima laughed.
I
From
can't
that
go on
day,
like this.
they became close.
Yes, you
Ada
can,
brought peace to his
absolutely.
heart. One evening,
But how?
Chima walked
Together.
Ada home and said, Ada, I want to marry you.
I want to marry you.
Ada stopped walking. Her face changed. She looked down and whispered, Chima, I
Chima,
also
I
like
also
you,
like you.
but I cannot marry you. Chima felt pain. Why? Ada looked into his eyes and said something that shook him. My father is a church elder.
He said
I must never marry a shrine
He
priest.
said that is darkness.
He said that is darkness. Chima's heart sank. He wanted to argue, but deep inside, he knew she was right. That night, Chima returned to the shrine, angry and confused. He sat before the fire and shouted, so this is my life.
I will never
marry.
I will never have peace.
I will never have peace. The wind suddenly stopped. The forest became silent. Then he heard a voice. Not loud, but clear, serve me,
Serve me,
and you will have power. Chima froze. His whole body became stiff. He looked around quickly. No one was there. The fire grew again, and the shrine stones began to shake slightly. Chima stood up slowly and backed away. Fear entered his bones. He ran home and locked his door. That night, he did not sleep. In the morning, he went to meet Ada secretly. He said,
Ada, I want to change.
I want to
But
change,
I don't know how.
but I don't know how. Ada's eyes filled with tears. She held his hands and said, if you truly want peace, come to church with
Come and
me.
hear the word of God.
Come and hear the word of God. Chima hesitated. Going to church was like insulting the shrine, but his heart was
But my
tired.
heart is
That
tired.
Sunday,
Come on,
Chima
Chima.
followed Ada to
Okay.
church. He wore a
Lord
cap to
sees
cover
all
his
hearts,
face,
even
so
those
nobody
hidden
would
under a cap.
recognize him. As the pastor
secrets
preached,
escape
Chima's
his
heart
holy
began
light.
to shake.
Some
The pastor
people are
said,
living in
some
chains
people are
they did
living in
not
chains they
create.
did not create.
But today, God is calling
Some
you
people
out.
inherited darkness they did not choose. But today, God is calling you out. Chima's eyes opened wide. It felt like the pastor was speaking directly to him. Then the pastor said something that pierced him like a spear. You can inherit land, but you must not inherit
You can
evil.
respect your father, but you
You
must
can
not
respect
destroy
your father,
future.
but you must not destroy your future. Chima's eyes filled with tears. He remembered his sleepless nights. He remembered the voice in the shrine. He remembered how lonely he had become. After the service, Chima walked to the front slowly.
Pastor.
People stared. Ada's heart was beating. Chima knelt down and said,
I
Pastor.
want to be free.
I want to be free.
Heavenly Father, lift up Chima
The
to
pastor
you.
placed his hand on his head and prayed.
Please
As the
release
prayer
this burden
continued,
in
Chima
Jesus'
began to cry like a child. He
Please
felt something
release this
heavy leave
burden
his
in
chest.
Jesus'
For the first time in a long time,
Please
he breathed
release this
deeply,
burden
like
in
someone who escaped from a deep well. When he returned home,
Chima, you
the
cannot
elders
leave
heard the news.
Chima,
They were
you cannot
angry.
leave the
They came
shrine.
to his
Your
house
father
and
handed
shouted, Chima,
Chima, you
cannot leave the shrine.
Your father handed
Your
it to
father
you.
handed it to you. Chima came out calmly.
Your
He
father
looked at them
handed
and
it
said
to
with
you.
wisdom, my father gave me the shrine.
Father gave me the
Yes,
shrine, yes.
but God gave me my
I will
life.
not lose my future because of
I will not lose my future because of fear.
What is this?
The elders were shocked. That night, Chima went to meet his
forgive me.
father. Papa
I cannot
Dak was weak
continue
on the
this shrine
mat.
work. I
Chima
want to
knelt
serve
beside
God.
him and said
I
softly,
understand.
Papa,
Papa,
Forgive me.
I cannot continue this shrine work.
I cannot continue
want to
this
serve
shrine
God.
work. I want to serve God. Papa Dak stared at him. At first, anger rose in his eyes, but after a long silence, his eyes became wet. He whispered, my son, I wanted you to take it because I was afraid.
My son, I wanted you to take
I
it
did not
because
want
I
the
was
shrine to
afraid.
die with me.
I did not want let the shrine
Chima held
die.
his father's
But
hand
let
and
my
said,
destiny live.
Papa,
My son, I wanted you
let
to
the
take
shrine
it
die.
because I was afraid.
But
I did
let
not
my
want
destiny
let the
live.
shrine die. But
Papa
let my
Dak turned his
destiny
face away and cried quietly. A few days later, Papa Dak passed away. Many villagers expected Chima to suffer. They expected him to run mad. They expected him to die young, but nothing happened. Instead, Chima grew stronger. He became a youth leader in the church. He learned a skill. He started a small business. He helped young boys who were lost and confused. Later, he married Ada. And their home became a home of peace. Years later, Chima stood before a group of village youths and said, my brothers and sisters, listen to me. Not everything your father gives you is your blessing. Some things are traps. Respect your parents, but choose a better future. Do not follow darkness because of fear. Follow what gives you peace. The youths listened carefully, and that day, many of them decided to change their ways. Lesson for the youth, white heavy checkmark, do not inherit a wrong path just because it is tradition. White heavy checkmark, fear can destroy destiny, but courage can save it. White heavy checkmark, love, wisdom, and faith can pull a person out of darkness. White heavy checkmark, your future is too important to be sacrificed for pressure. And so, Chima proved something to the whole village. A young man can be born in darkness, but still choose light. Subscribe, share, follow for more.